Yes, they have let us sneak into a studio here at Sky HQ to bring you a little bit of MMA content, and we've got the perfect time with UFC London just round the corner and the perfect man to speak to as well. That man, of course, is Paddy, the Paddy Pimblett. Paddy, lovely to see you. How was fight week treating you so far?
Great as always, lad. You can't go wrong with the UFC, lad. Get treated perfect. Just been doing a lot of media, to be honest. I'm not the main event, lad, but you think I was, the amount of media that I get put through.
Now, I'm surprised to see you looking, don't take this the wrong way, as pale as you are, because I was speaking to your mate Molly this morning, and she told me there was a bit of sunburn. How's that going on?
I've got a nice tan, to be honest. Like, I've got nice and brown, lad. You know what I mean? I've got where I had my bills online in the garden the other day. I've got a proper tan line.
I guess the last thing you want is stepping on the scales on Friday with your skin peeling, feeling all horrible for yourself, right?
Yeah, none of that. I didn't get no sunburn, so I'm all right.
Has the heat had any sort of effect on your preparation, positive, negative, or I guess you're in nice air-conditioned hotels, right?
Yeah, we are. We're in a nice air-conditioned hotel. Sleeping the other night wasn't nice on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but since we've been here, I had a nice night's kip last night. But yeah, I enjoy the sun, lad. I'd rather it be warm than cold, put it that way.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. Do you complain about the heat? Is there a temperature that it reaches where you'll start moaning, or...?
No, not really. I'm not one of them, lad. The missus moans when we're lying in bed. Get that, what are you doing with that quilt on? No matter the weather, lad, I have to have the quilt over me. It's just the way I am. Talk
us through today, because I understand you've gone face-to-face with the man you'll be stepping in the cage with on Saturday night. What have you been up to?
No, just come face-to-face with him for the first time. Had a little face-off with him. And I don't think nothing of him, to be honest. I think I want to go in and steamroll him in one round. I want to lay hands and kicks, knees and elbows on him, and I'm going to make him quit or put him unconscious within the first round. He doesn't really look like he wants to be here, to be honest, from that little stare down I had with him before. He couldn't look away fast enough and then didn't know where to look after it.
When you look back on March, which was an incredible night, a night who anyone was there is going to remember for a long, long time, what are the sort of images that come to mind, the sounds, the feelings? What are the kind of first memories you've got of it?
It was spectacular, know what I mean? You can't really describe the feeling. It's special when I walk out in that arena and everyone's singing me song and singing me name, and I get the win like I'm going to do again on Saturday, but even in more emphatic fashion. And the crowd's going to go wild again, just like they did last time. I always say it's special, fighting in front of people. No one, 99.99% of the world will never know what it feels like to get in the cage and fight in front of people and entertain them. And it's what I was put on this earth to do. Some people aren't really comfortable and don't really like doing it, but I was put on this earth to beat people up and entertain people while I do it.
Right.
I'm going to do that on Saturday night.
So you got a good look at Jordan today. That atmosphere that you just described, which is very unique. You know, you can fight in front of 15, 20,000 people on a different stage, and it's not going to quite be the same as the sort of the crowd you bring in and the energy that those guys bring to one of your fights. How do you think he's going to be able to handle this?
I don't think he's going to be able to handle it, lad. Know what I mean? I've said this before. He's had 4 fights in the UFC and 1 on the Contender Series, and all of them have been in the Apex, where I had my first fight. I'd have about 100 people there. His head's going to fall off. He's not going to know where to look. He's not going to know what to do. And I just cannot wait to put on a show for everyone.
What have you learnt about him? Presumably you weren't fully across him when the fight got announced, but in the last few months, kind of, what have you found out?
I don't do that much, you know what I mean? My coaches do all that. They look into it for me. I'll be honest, I did watch 3 of his fights and I fell asleep watching 2 of them. So he's not entertaining at all. He comes into fights not to lose. He doesn't come in to win like I do. I come in to finish fights. I don't want to go to decision. I want to finish you in there, and that's what I'm going to do. He's out of his depth.
Can I ask you a very personal question, and I expect an honest answer, Paddy?
Yeah.
Ever had a man twerk on you before?
No, never. And it's not going to happen on Saturday night, trust me.
What do you make of it, the sort of persona he's got? Because, you know, he is someone who's clearly approaching this game a little bit differently. He's not kind of, doesn't seem like that kind of person you could embarrass, put it that way.
You could say that, but no one knew who he was 6 weeks ago, lad. You know what I mean? No one knew who he was. He had like 10 or 12,000 followers on Instagram. He's now got over 30,000 just because people hate me and my haters follow him. You know what I mean? That's literally the only reason he's got some followers, because my haters want to big him up. But I've seen people saying I'm going to lose, so I can't wait to prove them people wrong, lad. It's going to be hilarious when I knock him out cold.
It says a lot about your appeal that the people who are fighting you become more popular just by the fact that they're eventually going to fight you.
That's just what it is. Like, I am the new kid on the block. I've said this. I am the boy now. I'm like the biggest. Not just yet, but over the next 2 or 3 fights, I will become the biggest draw in UFC, and that's a fact. Like, I've had 2 fights, lad, and I haven't even fought any names, and everyone's talking about me. Everyone wants to know me because I'm the boy.
Look, on the face of it, one of the most appealing parts of watching a Paddy Pimblett fight is that it does often look chaotic. You know, things happen. You know what I mean? There's never a boring fight with Paddy Pimblett. Is that right, or is there a game plan here that the untrained eye like myself just isn't quite picking up on?
Yeah, well, I love chaos, lad. In chaos, I'm like the Joker, lad. I thrive on chaos. You know what I mean? And there obviously is a game plan. I do a lot of work leading up to it, but I don't ever really look too much into my opponent. So it's all about me. It's about making myself better and getting myself better. And I've done a lot of that this camp. And it sounds very cliche, but I'm coming into this fight the best I've ever been. And it's going to show on Saturday night when I put on a striking clinic.
Listen, as far as dropping cliches go, you've probably gone the longest in a fighter's interview without dropping a single cliche. So we'll let you put one in at the end. Look, Paddy, lovely to talk to you. Great to see you in such high spirits ahead of Saturday night. And yeah, we can't wait to see the show, man.
Yeah. No, lad, I cannot wait to put on a show for everyone. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.